I did this one before Monolith, but now I think it's time to do another since Monolith has been out for almost a month. So here goes my top 5 heroes for Monolith. Number 5. Rampage. Now this spot could have easily gone to Sevrog, but I think Rampage is a fantastic hero on Monolith. He has a huge leap for escaping, an ultimate that allows him to regenerate health and easily dive towers. His rock throw stuns the enemy for such a long time that a good rock throw will almost always result in a kill if your team follow up. Rampage also has a huge hitbox in his ultimate, which allows him to soak up a lot of damage. With the time to kill being reduced significantly, any shot you can absorb for your carry increases the chance of you winning that team fight. Number 4. Deca. How do you balance an ultimate that is almost a teamfight winning ability? There is a reason Deca is the highest pick support in the most recent competitive tournament. Her cage provides huge wombo combo potential with casters, and now with the introduction of our first melee carry, keeping enemies trapped for even a short duration is going to be so rewarding. Deca's kit also allows her to manipulate movement speed with a slow debuff to enemies and speed buff to her allies. Being that she is an order hero also gives her access to Honor the Pure, and although it got nerfed so you can't stack it easily, it is still a great card. Number 3. Howitzer. This guy hits like a truck with his Q, it's so powerful. Howitzer in my opinion is the best caster in the game, and I think he can finally go toe to toe with carries if played correctly. You have a rocket that can do ridiculous amounts of damage, a mine to escape or knock away enemies, a slow mine again to help your allies escape or yourself, and his ultimate, which combos well with Deca, does a fair bit amount of damage if the enemies remain inside the area of effect, and again provides another way to escape. If you play Howitzer correctly, a Q to the face followed by a mine and a couple of auto attacks equals certain death against most carries. Number 2. Steel. In a meta where CC is king, Steel's ultimate is definitely one of the best. It's next to impossible to dodge, and it does serious amounts of damage on squishy targets like carries. It sets up wombo combo opportunities and is often comboed with his charge ability, which means the target is unable to do much for at least 2 to 3 seconds. And in the current state of Paragon, this almost always means death if you have the appropriate follow-up. Steel is so good, in fact, he was banned in 60% of the Paragon competitive league matches, and when he wasn't banned, he was always picked. Number 1. Greystone. Yep, you probably all saw this one coming. Greystone at the moment is just insane, and I for sure think he needs a nerf. His ultimate is a new life, and with it going off it does a slow and then deals damage as well as giving him full mana. He outputs a ridiculous amount of damage, and he wasn't a carry on Legacy, but on Monolith I've carried games at all elos. Greystone is a hero that has to be dealt with. He outputs a lot of damage and he can kill you in 3 to 4 hits with crit. Dealing with Greystone however leaves you vulnerable to the enemy carries and casters, and this is why a lot of players struggle to deal with him. If they decide to deal with him, they probably die to other heroes, and if they ignore him, well then Greystone will tear your team apart. I hope you enjoyed this rundown of my top 5 Monolith heroes. Again, this is just my opinion and it kind of falls in line with what you tend to see at the competitive level. If I had to pick the perfect team comp, I would probably go Murdoch with a Steel or Deca support, Greystone off lane, Howitzer mid lane, and Rampage or Sevrog in the jungle. What are your top 5 heroes? Do you agree with my picks? Let me know in the comment section below. Smash that thumbs up button if you enjoyed, and check out my Serath video if you haven't already.